G'day everybody. Brian here from quantlabs.net. Always choosing a wonderful time. Happy Thanksgiving to all you Americans. Don't forget about Black Friday sale. We got something pretty cool. I'll look at that afterwards. But let's get into our market stuff. Woo. Well, I haven't even started the scan. I'm not a very smart person. Just so you know, let's do the preload stuff before we get started here. Let me just go over what we got. So we've got our sale happening. Quant Labs Elite, everything's going to be broken up into splitting stuff over to quantlabs.net. Fill out this form, get some free PDFs. Woot woot. Some little trading secrets in there. Now let's go over MotoWave as we await MotoWave to do its scan, which is pretty quick. Always remember the 30%, most products off all the time. So let's get to, we're only halfway. Let's talk about MotoWave. MotoWave, the platform, is just awesome. It's 30% off. I would always say, hey, get the ultimate if you want to know about trading. But it's a really good platform. 200, 300 studies or indicators with source code. People are asking, how do I get source code? This is a good way to get to it. Obviously, you can go through here. I also got a website called quantlabs.net sale/sale, and that will walk you through everything there. Always helps to get the site right. And there you go. So we got trading bots, we've got Python trading bots, rapid development, like I'm talking about real fast. And of course the private chat server, I barely go on, and as it says here, it get everything included, because if you wanted both memberships, which you'll start December 1st, it's Tuesday, it will pretty well double. Okay, looks like we're done. Yeah, okay. Do we have people still? Oh man, we still got people. I am amazed. All right, so let's get to the situation. I did a stream last night on this topic. You can see here, Great Britain, pound, Canadian dollars tanking. Ooh, it's a short. So if you're new to this, we do harmonic scans for our chart. We got our price here, but we want our price higher than the current price, the target that is, because that becomes a long versus a short. I'm not a big fan of shorting, to be honest. Shorting kind of scares me. Look at that bar. That's a big one. There's something going on we don't know anything about, because I've been reading about gold, but that's a big bar. So that's why it's up there. Now we got silver against New Zealand. Now this New Zealand might prove to be an interesting crypto or a currency to watch. Australia, from what I've seen, has dropped off. Don't ask me why. Here, I've talked about Euro Canadian. The Canadian may not is or is not, but may become a safe haven. I've been kind of suspecting that for a while. I can never tell you that. Now here's an interesting one. That's a big move. So if Euro and the Euro's union or zone and Britain get a really good deal for Brexit, be some good news coming out of that. The Norwegian could be an interesting hideout if things go bad. But here with the Asian currencies like the yen, Hong Kong dollar, Singapore dollar showing some shorts. Here we have the UK 100. That's looking long. Never guarantee it, but we've got our 30-year Treasury, 5-year Treasury, 10-year Treasury. So if the markets don't move, this is the place people are hiding out, namely institutions. Now, you probably also heard that Bitcoin's dropped. It's come back somewhat. I made a couple $100 today. Whoop whoop. But there is some tough conditions out there. Now, just remember the number of excellent, if you've been watching this stuff. Here, wheat is very volatile there. I wouldn't touch it. There is a long call now, I guess, but you can see here, when you see these red bars, especially in the volume, something's wrong here, because to me that's just a form of testing the market, manipulating it. Remember, these are CFDs on a WANDA, so that's a pretty easy thing to do. But still, the data might be useful. But I do find it quite interesting that we have an agriculture product that is longing now, and when you start to see these, there's nothing else out there in terms of that's moving. So you're going to start seeing some agriculture products like corn, maybe soy, sugar. I saw, you'll see it maybe in a little bit. So that's where the markets are getting pretty bad. Swiss franc against the rand, the South African rand. Got a long here. I'm just not a big fan of the rand. It's too volatile, unpredictable. One thing I need to mention is when you get the rand, you can also probably throw in the Turkish lira. We've been seeing quite a bit of Turkish lira. Not seeing so much here. So here's British pound against the Canadian. It's got a short, no good. So that's something not to be concerned about. But as I said before, that's the number of excellent that we have. It's a very slim market. So because of that, it just goes to show that the markets are really tough right now. Now let's get into the Australian US dollar. A short again. It is somewhat longing. I think the Australian's starting to putter out for whatever reason. New Zealand's looking decent, but this is an interesting one. Australia, New Zealand, two longs there, so that's pretty convincing if that was going to happen. Canadian, Swiss franc, got a short there. We have another short here. It is trending up a little bit. I'm not sure, but I'm starting to get more articles I see about a oncoming crash. Now, if there is a crash coming, I think it's going to be a big concern because, basically the Fed really have no bullets. They're even having a problem putting out a stimulus package just for people affected by this virus. So this could be a free fall if the crash does come in and there's really no rescue at all. I think the Fed has already lost its credibility, but as the market, they look for anything for stimulus, any excuse for the markets to move up. But fundamentally, we know it's just not a good thing. British pound and US dollars trending up. Has some short pullbacks here. From where it goes, I don't know. But sometimes this can be reliable, but in these tight conditions, it's really hard. British pound, the Japanese yen. Not looking, from what I'm seeing, the British pound's been, we've got two of them. We got a drop there. That's pretty steep. Something is going on with the Australian dollar. US against the Swiss franc. This was a potential classic safe haven. Now, if the markets might be turning because of this vaccine news, specifically in the US, that might be driving up the market. So keep your eyes peeled on the news of that. So that obviously is moving things up. So here we've seen this before, the silver and Canadian dollars. We got a long there, but it just doesn't look like that's holding. It may come back a little bit here, as you can see in the last few bars there. Australia against the franc. Got a short. This one will most likely be a short as well. That's the Australian Hong Kong. Australia, New Zealand. We have three of these now. This convinces me that there will be something happening here. Australia USD, again, another short. So some of these shorts might be very predictable, but I don't know. Euro against the Canadian dollar. Sorry, Euro against the Australian has got a long, but it's all flat. The volume is just going nowhere. I put that up in my Facebook group. Here is a little bit of movement. I don't know. Euro against Denmark, blue. Euro against the British pound. So you can see this is starting to move. So this might be something that might be brewing. Euro against the Hungarian. This one looked pretty good. Had a nice leg up about a week ago. Will it happen again? But the Hungarian's a strange currency. That might be a safe haven. I mentioned that before a few days ago. Euro against the Swedish. If you told me the number of times I see the Swedish currency as for USD or Euro, I would tell you I think that's the number one place to be. It's just not performing. It's just not performing at all. It's just very little volume out there. So people are really hanging on, or institutions are really hanging on their capital. Now, remember I mentioned the Turkish lira. Here's that example of that leg up. You can see how the last few days, since the 22nd, it's tapered off a little bit. This, I don't know if this could be another surprise, but I wouldn't count a lot on it. Canadian against the Singapore dollar. Anything Singapore just seems to drop. NASDAQ, again, a severe drop here. British pound against the Australian dollar, we already talked about, two shorts there. Now, here's the one I keep saying, watch this. This is the Chinese yuan. Very flat, very low volume. Now, one article I did mention, there was something called a bit yuan. So I wasn't sure if that was the formal name of the digital yuan. Some exchanges now supporting it. So that's the first time I've seen that, and it was an Asian exchange. So if you want to know more, get on good old your search engine and look that up, Bitwan, and what that's about. I haven't really done it yet, but maybe that's a new. That would be a big deal if that was the case. If you could see it on things like Binance, even the U.S. ones. So that may happen. I also read that there are rumors that the Libra product, or Libra, Facebook Libra crypto coin may launch as a stable coin in January. That would be a big deal. I'm going to look into that. Here's an interesting one. The USB 2-year. Moving on up. 10-year, a little shaky, but that really short-term 2 years looking pretty good. That's a pretty predictable trade. Well, we got along here on the USD, Swiss franc. Hong Kong dollar's not looking good as well. You can see all that volatility there, and it's just trending down. The Asian currencies are not doing all that well. You'd think they should be, but they're not. And here we have the Turkish lira again, that leg up, but now as of the 25th, it's kind of moved down. Natural gas, again, just not going anywhere. Sugar's one I would definitely. It's tough to say, but moving up from 12 to up here at 14. That's a bit of a move. Well, in the world of CFDs, that is. But what's going to happen around here if it's going to start moving back here? So wheat's an interesting one. CHF, Hong Kong dollar, it's trending up, but to be truthful, it's not falling through the floor or support. So if you want my opinion, this is a surprise. But again, there's going to be little volume. Canadian against CHF, again, that's a short. Pound against the Hong Kong dollar, short. Pound against the Japanese yen, short. Pound against the Polish zloty is short. Pound against the USD, short. New Zealand against the franc, the Swiss franc, short. Not good. Now even the Singapore, Hong Kong, short. Canadian, Japanese yen, that's a short. Because UK 100, that's a short. We also have the oil trade that's been tanking. You got a long here. That's for the US Canada. USD Japan. That's, you would hope that that would take off at some point. Here we are waiting. It's just flat. Same thing with Mexico. It's just really not doing well. Euro against the Denmark. Euro against New Zealand. I don't know, there's longs there, but Euro against Poland. Okay, so we're moving into the goods, so we're beyond what we need to do. Might do another article on the Facebook Libra, so hang out. I'll be back. Talk to you later.